But anyway, like I say, I mean, it's very cool that we've got a herd of Ellies. It's Fang's herd. There's Fang over there. You can see her just coming in from the background. So we managed to find these. We were out for escape to nature during the day today, and we managed to pick them up. And so really nice that we've got them on quarantine. There's some cute little baby Ellies, including one that's got a very badly damaged trunk, which is quite sad. It's that one there that you're seeing now. The trunk is unfortunately not in good condition. And it's going to have a tough time of it, I'm afraid. But it's super exciting to have the herd. And because it's so exciting, I know all of you at home want to ask lots of questions and send through lots of comments. And so you can do so. And hopefully we'll answer as many as we can. I'm just going to turn around and try and get us back in front of them again. The nice thing about this particular herd is that they're just so chilled. They just bumble about and they love quarantine. They always just kind of move through quarantine and are happy just to walk in the open. It's not the whole herd. When I was doing Escape to Nature today, the herd was probably, I'd say, at least double this, maybe 3 times. And there was a big bull that was following them. So I'm sure the rest are still coming. They were in the block from where these ones have come, or they've already gone down towards Gari Dam or Gallagher Pan. And these ones are now catching up. But I'm just going to get round, like I say, I'm going to give a bit of distance, and then we'll just let them walk towards us. It's one of my favorite things with this herd is that you can just sit on quarantine with them, and they're always so chilled. But nice, like you can see, we've got the little baby coming towards us. So that's the little baby that's got the damaged trunk, unfortunately. And I can't work out what's caused the damage. It almost looks like a cleft trunk. Now, Rodney, you're asking about the trunk, if it's a birth defect. I think it might be. I think it looks much like a cleft palate in humans. It almost looks like that. It was difficult this morning when I was, well, this afternoon, midday, call it, when I was looking at it, because it was in thick bush and I couldn't quite see nicely what was going on with that trunk. But it's got a cut on the one side, so on the left side of the trunk, there is like this sort of slit in it, and it just looks very uncomfortable. Although the little Ellie is healthy and doesn't look as though it's struggling too much. The only thing I can think though is that because it's still able to drink mom's milk, you can hear the rest of the herd is down at, you hear these ones are responding, the rest of the herd is down at Gari Dam, is just still drinking its mom's milk, which it uses its mouth for. That's why it's still in good condition. Once it starts having to feed for itself, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not that condition gets worse. You can see it coming out there now, just behind the bush. And like I said, it's on its left side of its trunk that there's this massive gash. And it's actually, you can see into the trunk. It's not just kind of on the periphery. It's severed all the way through the muscles and into the cavity. So when it drinks water, that water is going to come squirting out, which is going to be quite interesting. So it's going to have to walk into water to be able to drink. Look at Fang, she's so beautiful. She's such a big Ellie as well. Kind of just coasting in the background. She always just sort of cruises around and looks ever so magnificent and stately as she goes about her business. And this is the exact spot where we had that crazy sighting all those moons ago. This is where she had a miscarriage. Exactly where she's standing now is kind of where we were with her for the duration of the sort of afternoon. But as we thought, they might come into these little terminalia thickets here just to get into some shade and have a little relax. Very warm still for Ellie, so shade will be welcome. Shame little one. Although it's using that trunk fine, it's just going to be interesting to see how it does over the years as it grows up. So cool. I love having elephants on quarantine. It's the wrong time of the day. It's always nice when it's like that last light of the day, because this whole area gets this flush, beautiful gold color, and the Ellies look amazing in it, and especially when it's kind of on this clearing. This little one dragging the stick. No, it's just dropped it now. But here comes the one with this bad trunk behind this female here. She'll follow behind mom. The trunk is still working, so it's got control of the muscles, but there's definitely... Also, it looks like it's been pooed on by mom today. Sorry, little one. But look at this, how amazing. We have Ellies all around us. So cool. There's an Ellie's on the side of us, behind us, in front of us. It's so special. Careful, Mom, you almost kicked your little baby in the face. That little one is still small as well. I mean, this is not an old calf. I'd imagine only in the last couple weeks, month that it has been born. So it's still very, very little. You can see it doesn't really have control of the trunk yet. Trying to figure it out at this stage. Like I say, this has got to be one of the nicest herds to view out here. They are so chilled. They never worry about you. They're always kind of happy just to feed around you. I mean, you can see this elephant cow is right here. In fact, one of the members of this herd, and it might even be this female, I once had her, we were sitting with the herd for a long time, and we were on Philemons, on twin dams, and she came with the baby, and she just sat, and she put her tusk on the bull bar and fell asleep there, and we just sat with her, and she slept, and the baby slept next to her. But you can see this little one's trunk. Hopefully it'll turn and come a little bit more side on. Shame, little one, that doesn't look nice at all. Let's see if it turns back towards us again. It's almost like somebody's carved a piece out of it. And at first when I saw it, I was thinking maybe snare, but I looked very carefully with binos. There's no snare in there at all, so it's not a snare defect. And the way that it looks on the inside of the trunk, almost like I say, looks like a cleft palate and a hole. Now we know that it can happen because there's a very famous elephant in Kruger that we see in the Sabi Sand sometimes, who's got a hole in her face, which is crazy. Alright, we're going to sit with this elephant herd on quarantine just because it's as good as it can be. And in the meantime, let's send you across to Alex, who's on the Djuma Dam Cam.